All right, what's good, y'all? We back at it. Late night session. Sebastian Stan as Harvey Dent. We're going to do some research tonight, and we're going to try to see and come up with some theories about how will this version of Harvey Dent be presented in Matt Reeves' The Batman Part 2. Now, Sebastian Stan is Harvey Dent. No, it's not confirmed yet, but we believe so. Shout out to Jeff Snyder. He's been hinting that Harvey Dent and Gilda Dent will be together, and Harvey Dent's father will also be a part of the Batman Part 2. And it was rumored that Brad Pitt was discussed about playing the role of Harvey Dent's father, but he declined. That's allegedly. But yeah, so man, this is gonna be good, man. Sebastian Stan. He played Bucky, aka Winter Soldier, from the Marvel films, and he did a very good job. So I never saw this. I never thought about the idea of him being Harvey Dent. I thought it would have been I'm trying to think of Homeboy's name now. Uh let me look it up real quick. Let me look it up real quick. Oh, Josh Harnett. That's who I was thinking was going to be the next Harvey Dent. I Josh Josh Harnett. He had to look to me, but I just never thought that Sebastian Stan would be the guy to be picked. So I'm curious to see what Reeves has planned for Sebastian Stan, and yeah, man, let's get to it. Let's get to it right now. So I'm gonna read the deadline first. The deadline report, and then we're going to do some research on what potential Two Face we'll see or Harvey Dent will see, because that's my belief. This is Harvey Dent, just like everybody else believes it. So, okay, yeah, we good to go. All right. So this is reported by Deadline, January 6th, 2026 at 9:28 a.m. So this is very early in the morning. I think I caught this later though, and I didn't get it from Deadline. I got it from X. That's when I first saw this. The Batman Part 2, Sebastian Stan in talks for a role opposite Robert Pattinson in sequel The Dish. Exclusive after landing Scarlett Johansson for a new role in the Batman Part 2, director Matt Reeves looks to have snagged one of her Avengers co-stars for another new role in the upcoming sequel. Sources tell Deadline Sebastian Stan is in talks to join the highly anticipated DC Studios sequel in a role which is unknown. If a deal closes, he would join Robert Pattinson, who is set to reprise his role as the Caped Crusader in the upcoming sequel that Reeves is writing and directing. The DC Studios pick is set to start production in the spring. It will open in theaters on October 1st, 2027. DC Code bosses James Gunn and Peter Safran are producing, as well as Dylan Clark. Reeves the Batman was the first mega theatrical blockbuster for Warner Brothers post COVID after implementing a day and date release strategy on HBO Max. Um, Let's see. Stan is no stranger to the comic book pick after playing the role of the Winter Soldier for the past decade, most recently seen reprising it in the Marvel Studios pick Thunderbolts. He also was recently seen in his critically acclaimed role as Donald Trump in The Apprentice, which earned him a Best Actor Oscar nomination for the part. He is rep by CAA and Brookside Artist Management. So, with that said, congratulations to Sebastian Stan. Um, I am really curious to see if he gets confirmed as Harvey Dent. I do believe that's going to happen. I do believe he will be confirmed as Harvey Dent. So now that we got that out the way, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to change now to this. All right, so let me go full screen. All right, so as you see, I'm just going to do a quick synopsis, explanation about Two-Face for y'all. You see BatmanFandom.com wiki/Two-Face. So, Two-Face. Two-Face is a criminal split between good and evil sides. Once Gotham City's amiable and courteous district attorney Harvey Dent was one of Batman's closest allies and friends, working with the vigilante to clean up the city. However, after being horribly disfigured during a trial, Dent's sanity fractured and he became one of the city's most notorious criminals, obsessed with duality, fate, chance, and occasionally the number two. Unlike other villains, Two-Face often is displayed as having a moral code, often dictating how he will act through the flip of a scarred double-headed coin. Modern incarnations have been depicted to suffer from dissociative identity disorder, with Harvey Dent acting for good whilst Two-Face acting in self-interest. Over the years, there have been multiple attempts to cure Harvey and return him to a normal life, with very few proven to be successful. Created by Bob Kane and Bill Finger, Two-Face first appeared in Detective Comics number 66. Wow. Two-Face is often featured in popular comic stories like The Long Halloween and featured in various media. Though sometimes as a pre-disfigured Harvey Dent, Two-Face is often considered one of Batman's most popular enemies and a core member of his rogue gallery. The last guy to play him was Aaron Eckhart. And then prior to that, it was Tommy Lee Jones. So that's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna go. Now, this is my prediction. Let's see. Okay, so as you can see, this is Earth One Harvey Dent. Now remember, maybe I should type this. Earth One Riddler. How is that not fucking pop up? Let's see something. Because I want to show y'all something real quick. Give me a second. I'm typing right now. Earth One Riddler. If I could just get this damn let's see. Okay, so let me show y'all something real quick first. All right, so we're gonna do Earth One Riddler. Because some of y'all know about this, but there's people who don't know about this. Earth One Riddler was part of the inspiration for the Riddler from the Batman. So that's why I'm pulling this up. The Riddler is a serial killer who is obsessed with both riddles and with learning the answer to the ultimate riddle, the identity of the Batman, which he did not figure out in the Batman. That was a big surprise. I thought he was going to be the person to figure it out. Let's see. Becoming the Riddler 6 months after the death of Mayor Cobblepot. It's funny because the Penguin is not the mayor yet. The mysterious serial killer who calls himself the Riddler is murdering people in Gotham, hoping to get Batman's attention. He had a sewer-based hideout. This is crazy. Damn, they really did. I'm not gonna lie. After reading this, they really did make him surface level. I know it was the first interpretation of the Riddler, but just seeing this, like computer hacking, the demolitions, genius level intellect, tactical analysis. Damn, I hope we get the final version of the Riddler or the mature version. See something. Okay, let me see. Riddler inspired. Son of a inspired because I know I read it before. Yeah, there we go. Matt Reeves, shout out to AI, Riddler in the Batman, while primarily inspired by real life figures like the Zodiac Killer and elements of serial killer narratives, shares thematic connections with Earth One's grounded modern take on Gotham's rogues. Yeah. Um, yeah. So yeah, it was inspired by Earth One. That's the gist that I wanted to get to y'all. So now that we have that, uh, I'm gonna go back now. Now y'all understand why I'm pulling this up. Okay, so I'm gonna read this to y'all. Harvey Dent, Earth One, graphic novels. Harvey Dent was the district attorney of Gotham City and brother of Mayor Jessica Dent. Now, I don't think Jessica Dent's going to be here. I think it's going to be Gilda Dent, played by Scarlett Johansson. I want to make that clear. Working with his sister, Dent worked to clean up Gotham streets and round up its criminal gangs, primarily those who work for who they should say who worked for the Penguin. After a violent incident in the GCPD, which is Gotham City Police Department, holding cells, Dent would apparently arm Gotham's criminals with weapons to destroy the city. Wow. Okay. So early life, like I said, I'm reading this because this could play a big role in the upcoming Batman Part 2 film. The twin brother of Jessica Dent, Harvey, was the more brash and aggressive of the siblings, whilst his sister befriended Bruce Wayne. He bullied the billionaire due to his mother being a member of the Arkham family and their history of mental health issues. I want y'all to see my face. Now, in the Reeves verse, Bruce's mom is part of the Arkham family and she had mental health issues. This is a big part. I'm going to keep reading, y'all. Big part. All right. So, he bullied the billionaire due to his mother being a member of the Arkham family and their history of mental health issues. During one particular incident outside the Arkham Manor, Harvey mocked Bruce with the murder-suicide of his grandparents, eventually causing Wayne to lash out and fight him. Sometime after they graduated high school, Bruce attempted to make contact with the Dents at their father's retirement party. However, Harvey refused to let him enter and forced them to leave, disbanding an empire. During Batman's early days operating Gotham, Harvey had become the city's district attorney and worked alongside Jessica to investigate Mayor Oswald Cobblepot. After the criminal was killed by an unidentified assailant, let me look at this real quick. Okay, let me not go too far. I'm about to go down the damn rabbit hole. My bad, y'all. After the criminal was killed by an unidentified assailant, Harvey helped secure her place as mayor. Together, they began investigating Cobblepot's empire and discovered 5 lieutenants with whom the empire had been split. Whilst investigating the leads, Harvey attempted to make deals with Gotham's criminals to discover the lieutenants' identities. Eventually, they were able to capture one of these, Sal Maroni, though he proved to be uncooperative in helping identify the other 4. When Jessica reached out to Bruce for help, Harvey was reluctant to work with him. However, he agreed to share details about their discoveries and asked for his assistance. And in this universe, damn, man, Harvey Dent was quote unquote killed. After Bruce was framed for being the Riddler, interesting, Harvey authorized arrest warrants for both him and Alfred Pennyworth. Wow. Dent caught Bruce intimate with Jessica in her office, prompting him to attack him upon sight. Now, I do think something like this will happen. Let me go back. I do think something like this will happen. But instead of it being Jessica, I think it will be Gilda. Somehow there's going to be some type of love triangle where Scarlett Johansson's version of Gilda catches feelings for Robert Pattinson's Bruce. I think something like that is going to happen. I was hoping that this version of Harvey Dent would be friends, actual friends with Bruce Wayne. But now reading the Earth One inspired version, or I should say Earth One version of Harvey Dent, I'm gonna have to just let that part go. I really wanted that iteration of Harvey Dent where he's friends with Bruce Wayne. That way, when he becomes Two Face, it's a big challenge for Bruce Wayne as Batman to take Harvey Dent down as Two Face. But I think they will go this route. I'm really thinking they're gonna go this route. So let me continue. Okay, so man, this is crazy. Whilst waiting the GCPD holding cells, the real Riddler revealed the deception and, after forcing them to solve a riddle, released the inmates, including criminals Harvey was attempting to convict. Okay, let me stop here real quick. We have not heard any rumors about the Riddler coming back. This could be a secret, though. This could be a big secret. Maybe in this film, maybe the person creating havoc behind the scenes is the Riddler, because he is in jail. He's in jail in the Reeveverse. He's in Arkham Asylum, to be specific. So maybe this will be a secret. This could be a secret. If not, maybe it's the Joker, because the Joker is in Arkham Asylum and he's trying to be friends with the Riddler. If you remember at the end, he's trying to be friends with them, which I think will play a big role in the third film, or a bigger role, I should say. Let me continue. So, okay. The real Riddler revealed the deception and, after forcing them to solve a riddle, released the inmates, including criminals Harvey was attempting to convict. At the start of the riot, Harvey attempted to get Jessica to safety, though they were ambushed by Maroni. During the incident, Maroni stabbed him in the torso, and Big Ant smashed a flaming Molotov cocktail against the right side of his face. Let me stop there. Okay. So if this is all true, if Sebastian Stan is Harvey Dent and is inspired by Earth One Batman, then we have our answer to how he becomes Harvey Dent. How he becomes Two-Face with the Molotov cocktail instead of the acid thrown on his face. And we also have to remember, Salvatore Maroni is dead. Falcone, he's dead. So someone else is gonna have to do this Molotov act. So maybe it's the Riddler. Maybe it's the Joker. Maybe it's the Joker. He plays somewhat of a bigger role. I don't know. We don't have any true details yet. So I'm just putting a theory together. Let me continue. Smashed a flaming Molotov cocktail against the right side of his face. Batman soon arrived and subdued the criminals, though Harvey had been lethally injured before he could smolder the flames. Harvey died in Jessica's arms, during which she received similar burns by pressing her face against his. Maroni would presumably be convicted of Dent's murder. Okay, let me pause again. Okay, so this is my theory. I think something similar like this is going to happen, but it will not be Jessica Dent. It will be Gilda Dent, and she will become a serial killer because of Long Halloween. I'm going to put the Long Halloween up. We're going to look that up next. I think he's going to be claimed to be dead. Gilda will go on a revenge spree trying to kill people. Batman will find out that she's a serial killer, stop her, and then he's going to find out somehow that Harvey Dent survived. And not only did Harvey Dent survive, Harvey Dent has a split personality disorder. To be continued. Let me go back. Okay. Maroni would presumably be convicted of Dent's murder. He's dead in the Reeveverse, so they're gonna have to figure something else out. Post-mortem. Remember this. A month after his murder, Harvey apparently returned from beyond the grave, arming Gotham's criminals with highly advanced weaponry and investigating attacks on Gotham City. During the commotion, Bruce discovered that his body had not actually been buried, leading him to suspect he survived. He survived. However, it was revealed that Jessica had been responsible, having developed dissociative identity disorder and a persona that mirrored Harvey to a violent extent. Batman would eventually uncover Harvey's body whilst pursuing her, finding it stored in a damaged police car. Let me stop again. Like I said, I do think Harvey Dent, they're not going to kill him off. Not in this universe. They're not going to, it doesn't even make any sense. So I do think she won't know that Harvey is somehow still alive. I think that Gilda will think that Harvey's dead, but somehow Harvey survives. Reeves will figure it out. And let me add this as well. Because the Batman Part 1 was 3 hours, I won't be surprised at all if this film is 3 hours as well. Because if you're gonna have this, you gotta explain the relationship between Harvey Dent and Bruce Wayne. They have to have had a childhood past. Also, you gotta get to the part of the Molotov cocktail hitting him. And then you gotta get to Two-Face. Now they're gonna have to change it because the Dark Knight already did it. So my guess is Harvey Dent would be the leading villain or the top villain for the third film. You can't just kill him off. You gotta be opposite of the Dark Knight and actually have him on a spree, on a criminal spree, a murder spree, if you will. So just keep that in mind. Let me go back. Notes: in contrast to other versions of his character, Harvey dies in the incident that disfigures him, and the Two-Face role is taken up by Jessica instead. Furthermore, Harvey does not suffer from a split personality heavily associated with the character. I don't believe this is part of his line. He will have a split personality, with his own already being aggressive and at times violent. In Volume 1, Harvey is depicted as having brown hair. However, from Volume 2 onwards, he has blonde hair like Jessica. Okay, let me. Harvey Dent's father, because Harvey Dent's father is supposed to be in this film. This bastard. Christopher Dent, that's his name, was the alcoholic father of Harvey Dent, who suffered from mental illness, leading him into a violent and physically abusive relationship with his son. So this would explain why Harvey Dent has a split personality disorder. Stay tuned. All right, let's keep going. Before Arkham Shadow incident, Christopher Dent was at one point married and had 2 children, a son named Harvey and a daughter named Alexandra. Now that may happen. Oh yeah. That may happen. Instead of having Jessica Dent, the twin, he may have a sister named Alexandra. They may go off with that storyline. However, the family soon split up, with Christopher being left with Harvey and his wife leaving with Alexandra. Christopher would go on to be both physically and emotionally abusive towards Harvey. As a result, Harvey was later taken to live in Leslie Tompkins' home for youths. Now, let me go back. In that first Batman film, they did have that orphanage where all the kids were, and the Riddler was there. So it's a possibility that not only the Riddler, aka Edward Nashton, was there, it's also possible Harvey Dent was at some point at that orphanage. Just a theory. Let me continue. Yeah, go full screen. Okay. One day, Harvey came home with his friend Bruce Wayne and told his father in a heated argument that he was leaving for good. Christopher then decided to flip his coin. Heads, he can leave. Tails, he will receive the worst beating he's ever gotten. It landed on tails, and Christopher proceeded to beat Harvey. Oh, Chris. Oh, yeah. Okay. Christopher is the one who started the coin flip. That's how Harvey got it. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. To be Harvey, Bruce attempted to stop him, trying his best to protect Harvey, but getting a bruised eye in the process, and the two boys were locked in the closet. However, Christopher later released them and strangely showed no recollection of how they got in there and acted in a far kinder manner to both his son and Bruce when letting them out and assuring them everything was okay, implying he suffered from dissociative identity disorder. Pause. Mental health will be a big issue, a really big issue in the Batman 2. That's what I also want to say. Mental health. Um, let me see, see. Okay. Years later, Harvey, now a lawyer, began running for district attorney. However, Harvey never told his father of his bid to run as DA, district attorney, until it was announced on the news. Reacting to this news, Christopher began belittling and mocking his son, telling Harvey that he will fail as he believed that all Dents were mentally unwell. I gotta pause again. All Dents are mentally unwell. This was going to play a huge role in the Batman Part 2. Okay. Where did I stop? Oh, unwell. Even gloating that his wife left him, knowing that he was unwell. Going on to say that Harvey becoming DA, all of Gotham will in turn know Harvey was as well. In response to this, Harvey proceeded to suddenly headbutt his father and was held back by Bruce after attacking Christopher. It's unknown what happened to Christopher afterwards, or if Harvey even stayed in contact with his father or eventually cut ties with them. Oh man, we are doing some digging, late night digging. Oh, this is lit. This is lit. Now we got the background of how Sebastian Stan could channel a legendary performance as Harvey Dent before he turns into Two-Face. Now all this will make sense. All this will make sense. So look, maybe Matt Reeves does decide to go the original route and have Harvey Dent be friends originally with Bruce Wayne. But I won't be surprised if they go the Earth One route where he basically was bullying him when they were kids. Hey, are you Harvey? Okay, let me see something. Harvey Dent. Let me see something here. Hold up. Let me see something here. Harvey Dent is Gotham's former district attorney and one of Batman's strongest allies in Gotham City until Dr. Jonathan Crane, aka Scarecrow, accidentally injured and hideously scarred him during the pre-trial hearing of Irving Matches Malone. The wounds fractured Dent's psyche, and he was reborn as Two-Face, a schizoid criminal mastermind obsessed with duality. Two-Face would go on to form his own crew and became one of Gotham's most feared crime bosses and part of Batman's rogues gallery. Using his former good luck charm, a two-headed trick silver dollar that was damaged on one side from the attack, Dent has seized on it as a reflection of his half-scarred visage. Two-Face flipped the coin to decide the fate of his victims, despite Batman's efforts to reform his former ally. Dent was consumed by his fixation on chance, and his crimes were designed to prove out his diametric philosophy. His crimes usually revolved around the number 2. For example, he would rob the Second National Bank on February 22nd. They got to make sure they use that number 2. They got... Hey, Reeves, make sure you use the number 2, bro. Make sure you use the number 2, bro, when Harvey Dent becomes Two-Face and he starts doing his crimes. Make that a strong detail. Let me continue. Ooh, we going down a rabbit hole. This, oh, it's lit. It's lit. Hold on. Let me see something. See, Salvatore Moroni, oh my God. Salvatore Moroni was the one who scarred him. But now, okay, Dr. Jonathan Crane, let me see something. Obviously, we know he's Two-Face. I mean, we know they Scarecrow. See. Let me see something. Scarecrow, Harvey Dent. See. Let's see. Damn. Now, see, in the new 52, Dent was scarred by the McKillens. Yeah, Aaron McKillen. He threw acid on half of his face. See, the original man, this is so crazy. They keep doing different iterations of how he got scarred. Yeah, some of these characters is just not gonna be there. God damn it, Google. Let's see, Salvatore Moroni. No, Harvey Dent. Now, see, shout out to AI. This is the version that I know of Harvey Dent. And they even showed it in they showed a 5-second flashback in Batman Forever. Salvatore Moroni is a major Gotham City crime boss famous for throwing acid in District Attorney Harvey Dent's face during a trial. But he's dead. So let me Batman Universe. Man, I thought they was gonna keep Salvatore Moroni for the films, man, because he's played by such a great actor. Yeah, I said, yeah, because in the show he died because of a heart attack while facing the Penguin. And I don't think Sophia Falcone is going to be in there. Let me see something. Falcone. Oh, Carmine. Yeah, let me look. Carmine. See. He was killed. Yeah, he was killed. See, a lot of the major characters have been killed. Damn. Well, not major, but you get what I'm saying. Like the people who could throw the acid on Harvey Dent. So I'm trying to figure out who would put the acid on Harvey Dent. And I don't think it's gonna be acid. I'm gonna go with the Earth One theory. I think he's gonna get the Molotov cocktail. That's what I think. I think he's gonna get the Molotov cocktail. Uh damn. This is crazy, bro. I didn't think I was gonna do this much digging up. So listen, Carmine's dead, Alberto is dead, Salvatore is dead. So right now, my guess would be they can't do a random person. They can't have a random person put a Molotov cocktail in Harvey Dent's face. So I'm trying to think. Maybe it's the Joker. That's what I'm trying to think. Maybe it's the Joker. It could be the Joker. Damn, this is crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie. This is crazy. It might be the Joker. It might be because he's gonna be in Arkham Asylum. All right, let me look up one more thing. The Long Halloween. Gilda Dent. Okay. Here we go. Gilda Dent is a fictional character who has appeared in Batman comic books since Detective Comics number 66, August 1942. Goddamn. Alongside her fiance Harvey Dent, soon to be the criminal mastermind Two-Face, she has since been a recurring character throughout Batman stories with Two-Face. In her first appearance, Gilda Dent was the fiance of Harvey Dent, later renamed Dent, the brilliant and handsome district attorney of Gotham City, when acid was thrown to Harvey's face by gangster Boss Maroni, I mean Salvatore. His fragile mind snapped because Gilda was a sculptor. Harvey believed that Gilda worshipped beauty and that she nor anyone else could ever love or accept a hideous monster, so hideous a monster as he. She created a bust of Harvey, which he smashed with a mallet to symbolize his new self. As Two-Face began a dual career of crime and Robin Hood style philanthropy, he nonetheless longed passionately for Gilda and she for him. Let me see. Mm-mm. Damn. See what happened in Earth One. He was cured. He was cured of being Two-Face. After Dent's reversion to Two-Face, also seen in flashback in Batman 234, Gilda left Dent. Gilda Dent is seen carrying baby Duella in one hand and a suitcase in the other. DC later published a story where Two-Face, now known as Harvey Dent, once again tried to get plastic surgery so he could have a normal life with her. When this surgery failed, Two-Face's madness escalated, and he eventually trapped Batman inside in a abandoned courthouse. However, before he could pull the trigger, Gilda interceded. Post crisis. Okay, here we go. Gilda has a larger role and story arc in the Long Halloween and Max C series that is part of Two-Face's origin in Batman Annual number 14. During the nearly year-long story of the Long Halloween, a serial killer called Holiday began murdering prominent gangsters. Gilda is shown struggling with Harvey on their marriage. She wants to settle down, conceive a child, while he is persistent on capturing Holiday. In a private monologue at the end, Gilda revealed that she was the original Holiday killer, having committed all of the murders up until New Year's Eve. Gilda indicates that Harvey attempted to assassinate Alberto Falcone on New Year's Eve, taking her place, and that he was the one responsible for the crimes that from that point on. This confession is ambiguous since Alberto did not die on New Year's and confessed to all the Holiday murders upon his capture. Considering that Gilda was in the hospital at the time of the first killings, it is unclear where she would have obtained a gun and how she could have gotten into her targets without getting caught. Gilda destroyed the evidence of her crimes and left Gotham City for parts unknown. Oh, damn it. Let's see. That's so interesting. That's so interesting. All right, so we back at Harvey Dent again, Earth One. Just to recap, this is my theory. I think this version, Earth One version of Harvey Dent, will be paired with Gilda Dent from the Long Halloween some way, shape, or form, and they will mention that alcoholic Christopher Dent or have him show up in some capacity. Um, I do think a Molotov cocktail will happen. That's my theory. I think the Molotov cocktail will get Harvey Dent. He'll turn to Two-Face sooner than later. Gilda Dent will be a serial killer. Batman will figure all this out, and then he's gonna have to deal with Harvey Dent as Two-Face at some point in time. And somehow the Joker will play a role in this. I hope there is a bigger story, potentially the Court of Owls as well. But that's my recap. So I'm glad I did this video, man. This was a late night research. And let me know what you think about the news about Sebastian Stan. About to be in the Batman Part 2. Do you think he will be Harvey Dent? And if he is Harvey Dent, which version, which iteration of Harvey Dent, which inspiration of Harvey Dent do you want to see? Do you want to see Scarlett Johansson as Gilda Dent or Jessica Dent? I prefer Gilda. Let me know your comments. Thank you for watching. Salute.